Hey everyone, Timola here from foxreviews.info and welcome to this week's edition of the weekly Forex Alpine Review. The first pair I told this week in the review is USD, and I'm on the 4-hour chart. At the moment, this market is testing once again the 115.80 zone area. This is an area that on previous tests of this important zone, this market has given a lot of nice moves to the upside. And it's also an area that I've highlighted in multiple previous reviews of this market. So a great performing zone. And now this market is retesting this area again. What I'd like to highlight is that once again, this is an area on this market, a great area on this market to consider a bullish opportunity in this area and look for a potential move to the upside. Potentially move all the way up to this previous high area, looking left as a potential management point area to the upside, or potentially move all the way up to the 118.34 zone area to the upside. So overall on USD, highlighting that where price is testing right now is a great area on this market to consider a bullish opportunity in this area and look for a potential move to the upside from this important zone. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, next pair to cover is GBUSD, and I'm on the 4-hour chart on this market this week. What I'd like to highlight as an update on this market is that where price action is testing deeply in, which is the 130.55 zone area, is once again a great area on this market. And if you look left, you can see that previous low test of this zone recently back here. That this is a great area on this market to consider a bullish opportunity in this area and look for a move all the way up to this previous high as a potential management point area to the upside, and this high as another management point area to the upside, or potentially look for a move all the way up to the 132.85 zone area to the upside. So overall on GBUSD, highlighting that where price action is testing deeply, the 130.55 zone area, is a great area on this market to consider taking a bullish opportunity in this area this week and to look for a potential move to the upside from this important zone. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, next pillar to cover is New Zealand USD, and I'm on the 4-hour chart. Last week in the review, I highlighted the 68.28 zone area as a potential bearish reference area before the market had tested this area. That this is an area on this market where I'm looking for bearish reference and a potential move to the downside from this important zone. And as you can see, last week in price action, this market was a great performer, testing the 68.28 zone area, where the bears took control, pushing price strongly to the downside, all the way down to that previous low area, which is a management point area to the downside. What I'd like to highlight on this market this week is a potential long-term target area to the downside for all those people holding a sell trade on this market from the 68.28 zone area, and that is the 66.94 zone area. This is a great long-term target area to the downside, and it's also an area to the downside on this market where I'm interested looking for bullish evidence in this area, and if I see a right bullish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to this previous low area, looking left as potential management point area to the upside, or potentially looking for a move all the way up to the 68.28 zone area to the upside. So overall on this market, was a great performer last week, giving a strong move to the downside on a retest of the 68.28 zone area, which was an area that I highlighted last week in the review as a potential bearish reference area, all the way down to that previous low area, and highlighting this week a potential long-term target area to the downside for all those people holding a sell trade on this market from the 68.28 zone area, and also an area on this market where I'm looking for bullish evidence and a potential move to the upside from this important area. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, next pillar to cover is GP-JAPY, and I'm on the daily chart. What I want to highlight on this market this week is much the same as last week's review, and that is highlighting the 144 zone area as a potential bullish evidence area on this market. Last week, this market moved to the upside early in the week before the bears took control, pushing price to the downside, breaking below this recent low. And now this market is getting very close to testing the 144 zone area, which is a potential bullish evidence area on this market. An area that has acted as strong support, such as back here in the past and back here, looking left. And if the market tests the 144 zone area this week, what I'd like to highlight is that this is an area on this market where we look for bullish evidence. And if I see a right bullish evidence in this area, like a goda in the Forex training, then potentially be looking for a move all the way up to this previous low as a potential management point area to the upside, or potentially looking for a move all the way up to this high as another management point area to the upside, or potentially looking for a move all the way up to the 147.52 zone area to the upside. So overall on GP Jappy, on that if price action tests the 144 zone area this week, which I'm expecting it will, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence and a potential with the upside from this important area. Okay, well that's that market. The next pillar to cover is AD Jappy, and I'm on the daily chart on this market. The zone I'd like to hold on this market this week is much the same as the previous review, and that is holding the 81.61 zone area as an area that if price action tests this area this week, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence in this area. And if I see a right bullish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to this previous high, looking left as a potential management point area to the upside, or all the way up to this high as another management point area to the upside, or potentially looking for a move all the way up long term to the 84.42 zone area to the upside. So overall on AD Jappy, holding that if the market tests the 81.61 zone area this week on this market, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish events and a potential with the upside from this important area. And if I zoom out and we look left, you can see the 81.61 zone area has given a lot of nice moves to the upside on previous tests of this important zone. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, next pillar to cover is New Zealand CAD, and I'm on the daily chart. The zone I'd like to highlight on this market is the 86.91 zone area. This is an area that has acted as strong support multiple times in the past, and let me zoom out to show you that in more detail, such as back here. You can see it act as support and gave a really nice move to the upside back here, and back here. And if I zoom out even further, you can see it act as support back here and back here, even further in the past, looking left. And what I'd like to highlight is that if price action tests this area this week, we'd like to highlight in this review that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence in this area. And if I see right bullish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to this previous low, looking left as a potential management point area to the upside, or all the way up to this recent high area as another management point area to the upside, or potentially looking for a move long term all the way up to the 90-cent zone area to the upside. So overall on New Zealand CAD, holding that if price action tests the 86.91 zone area this week, that this is an area on this market where we're just looking for bullish evidence and a potential bullish opportunity in this area and a potential with the upside from this important zone. Cool, that's that market. Okay, next pillar to cover is GP Swiss, and I'm on the daily chart on this market. The zone I'd like to hold on this market this week is the 128.70 zone area. This is an area that if price action tests this area this week, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence in this area. And if I see right bullish evidence in this area, then potentially be looking for a move all the way up to this previous low area, looking left as a potential management point area to the upside, or all the way up to this high as another management point area to the upside, or all the way long term to the 131.80 89 zone area to the upside. So overall on GP Swiss, holding the 128.70 zone area as an area on this market, that if price action tests this area this week, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence and a potential move the upside from this important zone. And if I zoom out, you can see that the 128.70 zone area is an area that acted as really strong support on the previous test of this important area back here and back here in the past, and acted as strong resistance looking left back here as well. Okay, well that's it for GP Swiss, and that's it for me for this week's edition of the review. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate this video today, please do not forget to click that like button to show your support. Every like, share and comment is appreciated. If you have a comment or question on this week's edition of the review, feel free to comment below this video. Also, if you haven't checked out the Forex training at the website, such as the Engulfing Trader, the 5-day training series, or the Counseling training series just yet, we can find out all about this Forex training by clicking on the links below this video. Okay, well I hope you all have a great trading week and happy trading.